So we're about to enter one of the best seasons for you to blow up your channel and grow your business at the same time. And if you prep now, you can actually almost set yourself up for the entire year, because it's something that I like to call the slingshot season. And the slingshot season is something I always prep for every year for the last few years. And it's really, really paid off. And in a way, you could actually make most of your money in the next few months and just sit on the beach drinking pina coladas the rest of the time if you like. But it is the biggest season, I think, for a lot of coaches, educational creators, and anybody with an online business. And it's fast approaching that period now. So you really want to be prepping for it right now. So slingshot season, as I like to call it, is basically where we're looking at things like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then also January. So the new year, new me movement that happens. And these for us online, it's an opportunity for us to be able to sell products and services to those people and to also test products and services for the next wave. Because even if you're not ready to take advantage of these things, people are ready to start buying. They're ready to start setting up for the following year. They really start to get into that mindset of realizing the end is coming for the year. Maybe they haven't achieved their goals. Maybe they have things they still want to do. Maybe they want to finish strong. So therefore, Cyber Monday and Black Friday is seen as an opportunity to buy additional information, help, or coaching, and to be able to finish the year strong, but also to get deals before January when they potentially know things maybe are going to be more expensive. But what I always notice is that I get a massive spike in January, especially on YouTube. So if you want to get ahead of the game, I'm going to give you my strategy of what you can do to be able to take advantage of this. Because if you're an educational creator, then you are going to see a massive spike if you do it right for January. As you can see here, this is a graph of 2025 for me, and it's January 2025. You can see March on the other side here, and then you've got December here. And this is what happened within that sort of overlapping January to the start of February overlap. So this gives you a massive idea about how many views you can potentially get. And I literally got something like 500,000 views in January of 2025, which was about 5x what I would normally get throughout the rest of the year. So you really want to capitalize on this. This can be the opportunity for you to blow up your channel and grow your brand, even if you're brand new. So if you start now as a brand new creator or a brand new school creator or a brand new coach, whatever you're doing, or even if you're an existing coach or an existing channel, you really want to plan for this opportunity now. So what can we do? You want to get an offer ready, if you can, for November. So let's say that you're starting now. You maybe haven't even started your channel. Maybe you haven't started your school community. Maybe you don't have an offer of any kind or a course or whatever. You don't need to worry too much about that because we have, let's say, about 6 weeks before the November part. So what you want to start doing is you really want to be building your audience in this opportunity now over the next 6 weeks. So you want to be going all guns blazing at content creation and creating your community as a lead magnet to get as many people inside of it so that you can then start selling something to them in November, even if it's just a beta opportunity. So what do I mean by this? Well, let's say that you go all guns blazing at your content. You decide on who your niche is and what your channel and your community is going to be about. And if you need more help with that, I will link to our free community in the video description, which goes through full training on this about finding your niche and creating your offer. So you can get full free training. Again, I'll link to that in the video description. But what you then want to do is start creating a lot of content that's going to filter the right people towards your school community. So we want it to be a niche channel, congruent, one group, one problem, one solution, and get as many of those people into that community as possible. And then we want to nurture them and to have calls and speak to them and do everything to try and build that audience as much as possible. Listen to their problems, find out what it is that they need. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create a beta offer. This doesn't mean that you need to create a course. You will build it with them. It'll be a small group. You'll probably be working one-on-one. It's just going to be more about testing out what it's going to look like. So you might over-deliver massively. Maybe you'll be doing loads of different training calls, one-on-one, group coaching, whatever it takes to get them the results. Because these are going to be your testimonials and your case studies for January. So what we're doing now is a stepping stone. So if you've got an existing business, an existing audience, you can already take advantage of, Black Friday, end of November. Now you can do a bigger offer potentially. But for those of us that are starting out and it's just the beginning, maybe we're creating something new, then think beta. So we're going to get testimonials from that. You're going to work one-on-one with them because you want to get results from them as quickly as possible, because ideally you want to be getting some form of testimonials. Even if you're still working with them, get them some form of wins that you can then use for testimonials to bring more people in for January. So think small stuff now, bigger stuff later. So literally all we're doing is creating content on YouTube, knowing that we got the run up. December, forget about it. Maybe the first week or two of December you can put content in, but my strategy is that I pull back on the content creation for December because everybody's in holiday mode. People are just relaxing. They've already done their Christmas shopping. They're tired of buying things. They've had Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They've done all the Christmas shopping. They've bought so much food. Their credit card is maxed out and they don't want to know anymore. Now they've turned off. So the last week, 2 weeks of December especially, very low views. So you might as well take a break as well. But you take the content you would have uploaded in December and you move it to January so that you're creating even more. You want to ideally double the output of your content in January, at least. I will generally go for a video every other day in January, and it will all be around starting something new, beginnings, whatever it is for your niche, targeting all of the things to get the beginners people, doing this in 2025, make this your year. How to start this in 2025, how to grow this in 2025, 2026, whatever year is going to be. And then you want to filter people off. So what we're doing here, that was me just speaking about the January content strategy. But in the meantime, now what we want to be doing is just creating content and getting leads is in emails or sending them to our school community. I prefer school community because it's faster feedback. So you can nurture quicker and then you have more ways to contact them, including leads. So I think school community is a better option, but do whatever you're going to do. School or email, content, build that audience up so that we can sell the beta stuff to them. And then we want to listen, as I said, and we want to speak to them. Now, again, if you're doing leads, this is a little bit harder, but you could still message people, try to get them to respond to emails, and then also maybe don't be afraid to get people on calls. Don't be so precious about your time right now. This is market research, and you might actually be pre-selling a bit. So if you were just saying, I'm just doing market research, would you mind speaking to me on this? And they would go, yeah, no problem, potentially, because it's non-salesy. And then at the end, you could say, well, I'm thinking about creating this offer. It's going to be ready in, 6 weeks time. Would you like me to reach out to you to let you know when it goes live? Is it something you would be interested in? And if they go yes, you put them on a waiting list and they're going to get emailed and messaged directly, even reach out to them again when you go live. So you might only get a few sales, but you're going to be already speaking to the people. And what you find is people you're already speaking to who are generally going to be the people that are going to work with you. So listen and speak, find out what people want, and it's just gentle pre-selling as well if you have the opportunity to speak to them as well. But listen to their problems. And we do not build it before. You don't have time for this. You should only be creating content. So you're just going to be working with them directly and ironing things out. All you need is a list of sort of what's going to go into that initial program. And then in November, it's a small group, the small beta group. And then January, it's a larger training group, or you go evergreen. So by evergreen, maybe you've got to practice a bit. For many of us, maybe you want to do a small group, then a larger group. So you get the bugs out, iron it out, and then maybe you start to create some recordings for it so that you can then go evergreen. And evergreen would mean that you were able then to just do sales calls or onboarding and move people from free to paid ongoing. It never ends. And that becomes more scalable rather than just doing small groups and cohorts. But in the beginning, small groups, cohorts, have something to sell for people, give them a transformation that they're probably going to want, especially in January, to start that year strong. And if you do this, and if you ride the wave of that YouTube growth wave, this is me riding the wave here of the YouTube and making money. So, some people I see, they actually just do 1 or 2 promotions a year, and they make so much money that then they don't have to do anything else. Now, I prefer evergreen. I prefer something that's ongoing and scalable, but you still do a couple of promotions ongoing. But this is your opportunity to set yourself up for the rest of the year. So you really want to take advantage of this slingshot season. So for YouTube, especially in January, you know it's going to be all guns blazing. But the opportunity to get a small beta group for November, you want to build to that right now. So you want to be filtering people in and then creating a small offer and speaking to people to get that first opportunity in November. So you got the testimonials and you can start selling something much bigger in January when people again are wanting to start something fresh. Now, obviously, if you would like more help with this, I will link to our free school community, which is in the video description. Otherwise, ask any comments below this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.